Yo, 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 yo. What up, though, Boogie? We are back with another dope episode of Late Night with Nate and Adrian. I'm your boy, Nate Galloway.
And I'm Adrian Brandyberg.
Let's give some bombs to shout out to the No Sleep crew. We appreciate you guys for checking in to the late night podcast that we sometimes shoot during the day. Boogie, we are back. How you feeling?
Feeling great, feeling good, man. It is a new week, new us. Well, same
Yes.
us. New
Yeah.
week, same us. I was trying to rhyme. I was trying to do some whatever. It didn't work
He's
out.
trying to
It
get
happened,
creative. Well, sometimes you
you
gotta
know,
throw shit at the wall, and sometimes you gotta see what sticks.
and see what happens. How you feeling?
Oh, outside of this terrible, terrible snowstorm that we just kind of went through, I'm feeling good. I can't complain because I'm indoors.
We
So,
went through. Let's
okay, I should
clarify.
say all of the great folks in the greater western part of the state of Michigan.
Right. Don't we us in this one. I'm able to walk out my house. Don't we me.
I mean, I could walk out. It's just snow
You
everywhere,
just
which is
gotta
weird.
struggle.
It's weird that the snow is very not the snow, but the sun is very deceiving. It's like, oh,
Oh yeah.
it is a nice 45 degrees out, but there's 8 inches of snow around you, so you couldn't do anything if you wanted to. So that is what is going on. Make sure you like, subscribe on all of your podcast platforms. Boogie. So how you been, man? How was the week? Fill us in.
Week was good. This is like for curly hair people. Man, I feel like every time the first couple days I get good hair day, then I get on here to record and I'm always like trying to get the fluff back and it don't be looking like how it normally looks. So reason why I'm saying this is I don't like how I'm looking on camera right now, but this is not an indicator of how my hair be all the time.
That's what you're
That's
trying to
all it
tell
is.
us. I mean, I have been around you, so the curl they be popping. You
Yeah.
do. I'm quite jealous of those of you individuals who are not follically challenged like myself. Us folks in the bald brotherhood.
It's
We
a
quite envious.
follicly challenge.
Sometimes I be getting jealous when I see y'all just like combing through your hair. Just I
Yeah,
get triggered like
yeah,
I wish I had some hair.
yeah. No, but outside of that, my week was pretty decent. It's a constant battle, and I know a number of us go through this like as creatives. Like we are always in our heads, and
Yeah,
if we're not doing anything, and you know and we have idle time, then we think we're not good enough, but that's by far not the case. So, or we should be always moving.
doing
Sometimes you just
something.
gotta, yeah. Sometimes you gotta sit that ass down and just focus on rest. That's
Hey
it.
man, if you don't sit down, your body is going to make you sit
Oh
down.
yeah, absolutely, for sure.
And you know how it is as a creative. When we are going, we just be going. Whether you on set for like 10 to 14
Yeah,
hours,
yeah,
sometimes longer. Whether
yeah,
you got like 3 shows in one night. You
yeah.
just be running. So you gotta take that time to rest and recuperate and all that
Yeah,
fun stuff.
that's how my week going for real though. How was your week?
It was cool, man. It was cool. I had some nice little workouts in the gym. I'm feeling like quite stocky.
Hey,
I had to go to Chicago on Monday, so I was back in the Windy City.
okay.
And I speed. I be speeding, and
Uh,
speed limit here in Michigan, it's 70,
mhm.
and which means you probably driving like 80, 85.
God.
And I'm thinking that
Ah,
Indiana, the speed limit is still 70. So I crossed the little border and I'm like, why is everybody driving so slow? Like, why are they not keeping up with traffic? And it's just me going through. And of course, it's also raining pretty bad. So I'm like, let me slow down.
Yeah, what are you doing?
I'm keeping up with traffic. It was a couple other people who was zooming through too. So
Oh
as the
god.
rain got really bad, it was like, all right, we kind of going
But
to
you
the
okay.
55.
When it's
So,
I will say this, sorry about this,
oh,
but
what?
for your type of car in said climates, different climate weather,
This is true.
you cannot be trying to keep up with the Joneses, but continue.
So, once, and it only takes like one time for you to be like, I kind of drift a little bit.
Yeah,
So I was like, you know
hydroplane.
what? Let's slow this car down. So I will get to a reasonable speed. It's 55. So I'm still driving like 65, again, keeping up with the traffic. So there's no more rain once we get to Illinois, right? It's coming through Gary and all that stuff. The backside of the South Side Skyway Bridge, right? For those of you who have the tollway pass, get the pass, you know. So I'm driving through and I see that the speed limit drastically changes because we on the south side of Chicago. And I was like, wait a minute, what is going on? Because I'm driving like 85. I see a speed limit sign, right? And I'm like, so it's always been 55 in Chicago? It's always been 55 on Dan Ryan? Here I am living in Chicago for like the past 12 years. I thought it was like 70 in Chicago. I'm like, what is going on? I was flabbergasted. Like, you mean tell me I was speeding the whole time I lived in Chicago? Like, it kind of just like blew my mind,
Majority
just like,
yeah, majority of the time, everybody is about 20
yeah,
about 20 miles faster than the actual speeding limit. Yeah,
easily.
that speed limit has been 55 since as long as I can remember.
I did not know that. I
Yeah,
literally always thought, plus it's very hard to see the signs in Chicago anyway. So
yeah, they be like 55.
so I was like, okay, cool. So it was cool. I'm on the hunt for certain action figures, and my plug came through for your boy. So shout out to the toy plug, because that homie has just been like, hey, found this, found this, found this, and I was like, bro, how are you finding all this stuff? So shout out to that dude. So it was pretty cool. It's been a pretty solid week.
Nice.
So
That's what's up.
cannot complain. But you know what, Boogie? I got to do a quick shout out, because I like to shout out people who get in the podcast game, because it is, how difficult it is
Yeah.
to do podcasts and to actually want to keep up the hard work it takes to maintain a podcast. So shout out to the Glam Room, which happens to be, my cuz Dominique and Julius. There are 3 episodes in on their podcast journey, and they're consistently, it's just doper episodes, week after week. So shout
Nice.
out to them. Julius, you better sing on this next episode. I swear you better sing, because Julius was like, I can sing. And he hasn't sung. So I hate when people put stuff out there and they don't,
Yeah, that's why I
show
don't
their
say nothing.
talents.
That's why I don't say nothing. I don't tell nobody nothing. And then when they see me do it, they be like, "Oh, you do this?" I be like, "Uh, I guess,
Let me find out you can sing, Boogie. Let me find out you got the golden pipes, and you just been hiding this from us, because I didn't. You can sing for real,
Nope.
Okay.
This is what I tell people. I can hum and falsetto the mess out of a song. That's it.
You can harmonize, huh?
Harmonize.
Getting
Yeah,
your Casey and JoJo
right.
on.
Yeah, that's
But
all you get.
shout out to the
Yeah,
Glam
shout out to
Room.
them.
Yo, but
Keep
I
going.
got a dag on grinding of the gears, Boogie.
You know what really grinds my gears?
This one is, I feel like I talk about this one quite often, Boogie. I was doing a bid. I had a social media bid. I was in some jail. And when I say jail, I was in IG jail. I didn't know IG had jail. I'm very familiar with
You knew they
Facebook.
had jail.
Honestly, I didn't. I've never seen anyone be like, I'm on an IG, IG stint. I knew
they
Facebook.
because they in jail. They can't say nothing. What are you talking about?
No, when they come out of jail, they're like, I'm out. And it's just like, okay, I had no idea. You know, like I said, I knew Facebook had jail. I've done 3 days, 10 days, 30-day stints on Facebook, you know, but I did a 3-day bid on the gram because someone reported a meme from 2014. 2014. I'm not, and Boogie, you've been on my IG page. You know your boy was in the meme trenches when memes was a thing.
You were in your bag.
I was, shooting. I was Steph Curry and was shooting from outside the parking lot, swishing
You
it.
really were.
But some of those captions, ruffled some feathers because they said I was inciting violence. You know me. I'm not a violent person.
Oh, okay.
Don't start, there won't be none.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Oh my God. I don't know if I can agree with you on that, but continue on with your story. I'm gonna let you live. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm getting cooked.
Boogie's like, yeah, I'm gonna let you ride, but not true. But yeah, they said I was inciting violence because it was a meme that said, I'm gonna beat your ass. So I could only imagine what.
Sounds like me, if you ask me. But go ahead. Go ahead.
I could only imagine what the caption was from 2014 because they don't show you the caption, they don't show you the meme. But it was like a little kid with boxing gloves on. I was like, this is not inciting violence anywhere. I was like, what is going on? So now I'm about to do a deep dive and just delete all these memes that might be offensive or anything because everyone is just like, I'm gonna take your page down. I'm gonna take your page down. I was just like, you know what? I'm tired of y'all. I'm tired of y'all. Y'all just get on my goddamn nerves. But I'm out. I felt like T Grizzly. It was like first day out. Y'all niggas prayed on my downfall. One of my homies was like, you should post another meme. And I was like, hold on, my guy. I just got out. You want me to go back in? Like, no, we are not doing this. We are not doing this. But Boogie.
Yes, sir.
You know what time it is.
I'm tipping my hat.
Tipping the hat, tipping the beanie. Who you got for your tipping this week?
My tipping of the hat goes to the people of Chicago. Lori Lightfoot, if you haven't heard, has become the first Chicago mayor in 40 years to lose the re-election. Wow. We did it. We did it, Joe. We did it. For some reason, when we band together as a community, granted, I don't know, I don't have the exact numbers, but I did read that the voter turnout was a little bit lower, but we still got
they made sure they penciled in for Lori.
We still got the job done, and I know there's a runoff going on right now, but still, the fact that we decided as a collective in Chicago, and I say we because I'm always going to be a part of Chicago, even though I'm not physically there, decided that this was not the mayor for us. And everybody didn't have to say it. We didn't have to talk at all. We all knew just from the antics and the shenanigans that we've all experienced together. We all decided, like, yeah, we ain't doing this again. Let's get her ass out of here. Wow.
I gotta say, because we both were in Chicago during Lori's run, she had some epic moments, man. Wow. I gotta say, when she came out dressed like the burglar with the Clorox wipes attached to her during COVID, I was like, what are we doing? Oh my gosh, she had some epic moments. The memes were hilarious. I'm not gonna lie. I'm happy that the people are happy.
Yeah.
but there was a lot of racism
Oh yeah.
in these cheers.
Oh
There
yeah.
was.
Oh
I'm not saying that Lori did everything right. Well, boy, you don't gotta be racist in your excitement with
Agreed.
her not being in the office. Like
Agreed.
it was just like, God damn. Like I knew it was crazy. I told you, like when I was driving through, I was like, why are all these Lori Lightfoot banners out here? It's like something must be happening. And then it clicked. I was like, oh, it's election day here on Monday.
Yep.
And sure enough, we found out what happened. The city of Chicago said, boo.
Move this man.
Yeah.
Or woman. It's funny. So now I'm really interested to see who gets in. Also, why do you want that job?
Agreed.
I seriously gotta question your sanity to want to be the mayor of Chicago, because you're not gonna change nothing.
I mean, yeah, generally speaking, they're just a face, a person. They're just there, just to say that they're there, but nothing's gonna change. Shout out to the superintendent, chief of police. He decided, yeah, he decided to resign on the quick because he knew, he knew, he knew that a new mayor was coming to reign and they were gonna let his ass go. So he decided to move back to Texas, which makes so much sense.
Yeah.
It's just nonsense for me to think that they will have a superintendent that's not from Chicago or not from Chicagoland, think that they gonna do something better with the city. Yeah, come on, y'all. I laugh. Come on, y'all.
Everybody, oh man, it was just like it was a I wish I could have been in Chicago when the announcement was made. I know people who didn't go to work on Tuesday. They was dancing in the streets.
Can you feel a brand new day? Right, people were wilding. So yeah, shout out to Chicago actually doing something right. So
I felt like Lori she been mayor for a minute. Like I don't know how long are mayors
4
mayors
years.
for? Oh, okay. Learn me something new. I did not know that, because I was like, you've been in here for a minute.
Wait.
Yep, I didn't know.
Wait, you know, this is one of the questions they ask you
On what?
in social studies.
You know how long ago social studies was? I'm 35.
Okay. When learning about the government, about the you know, the three different
branches.
Yeah.
I know the branches, but look, we talked about the branches, but we didn't talk about mayoral races or anything. It was like president, and you go, okay, you know the terms, and it was like you get your branches of government. You learn, they sprinkle in a little bit of electoral college, which we still don't know what that is.
Votes, yeah,
and they kind of skip right over mayoral races. Even the governor, I don't know how long the governor's in. I just be like,
I believe it's every 2 years. I'm not sure about that. It's either 2 or I know it's not 6.
So it's within the bar, 2 to 4 years. Okay. I low key would be kind of upset that if I'm the governor, why I only get 2 years, but mayors get 4.
That's why Mayor Daley reign was so damn long, because I'm talking about the father and the son. Okay, the father and the son. And yeah, I'm just ready for. Can we just burn down the whole system? That's it.
Man,
That's all
the spirit of Harold Washington needs to come back and just reign over Chicago, because he was the best thing to ever happen. Like,
I'm just glad Willie Wilson ain't.
Hey, look, Willie might have been better than Lori. Willie was giving out gas. Lori wasn't doing nothing.
He was giving out that gas and that gas.
Man, Willie was like, get your tank filled up and get high.
That boy was not playing. But anyway, who do you got for your tipping? I felt like that
was wild. I am giving my tipping to Howard University swim team, because they made history. Okay. They won their first swim championship in over 30 years.
Wow.
Actually, and you know what's crazy? They also made history for another reason. They are like an all-black swim team as well. They actually were competing against Long Island University, St. Francis College, and Wagner College to win the title with a 169-point margin. It's a 5-day competition at the Aspire Institute in Geneva, Ohio. Howard accumulated 928 points. They blew them out of the water. Pun intended. So that's dope. I'm actually excited to see that. What's crazy is they're getting more students wanting to come there, more applicants to be on the swim team, and their coach said there's not enough spots on the roster. So hopefully there are other HBCUs that will get some swim teams, because we see what is happening. We taking over in the water in Fisk University. They gymnastics team, they out here winning at their meets.
Water polo, or
taking over.
Yeah. Shout out to them for real. Yeah, that's crazy. Over 30 years, but it also makes sense because not a lot of people. We need to learn how to swim.
This is, there's a couple of reasons why the 30-year thing, because you got to think about it. It's not a lot of, if you went to a black high school, not a lot of black high schools have swim teams, or they have pools. What's in the pool in the black high school? Nothing. True. Basketballs. It's an empty pool. So you got to go to like a white high school or something, or have a black high school that has money for you to actually have a swim team.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. I want us to all learn how to swim. You could definitely save your life.
Life skill.
That is a life skill that is needed.
It's important.
Yeah, it's very important. I talk about being a former lifeguard. I used to teach kids, I used to teach little babies, kids how to swim.
The babies.
Yeah, I was doing babies, toddlers, preteens, how to swim and whatnot. That is a life skill. Lifeguard? Oh yeah, I was a decent lifeguard. I was a young lifeguard, and then in my early 20s, I decided to teach people. So never doing that again. Never doing that again. I realized I'm not a good teacher, but
okay. Here, okay. What was your success rate? Did you have any deaths?
No.
And you're a great teacher.
Stop it. Don't do that.
Everyone passed the class.
No, I quit that job so fast. I was like, oh, I don't like kids. Oh, okay.
I guess the quickest way to learn that you don't like kids is teaching kids how to swim.
Trying to teach kids how to swim, and they were rich kids too at that. So
they were snotty. See, I was a lifeguard too. I was a lifeguard my freshman year of college, and I wasn't the nice lifeguard. I was the lifeguard where it's like, if you cross this blue buoy barrier over here, if you go down, you going down. I'm not coming to get you because you knew you couldn't swim when you crossed over. So I always had to threaten them. I had to threaten them a little, and they didn't cross over. They did not, because they knew I wasn't playing. I mean, for all those people who are listening, you can't say that to the kids. I wasn't going to let the kids drown. I was going to get them. I just wanted to put the fear of God in them. Like, don't cross this barrier.
Sometimes it's necessary. Sometimes you need that scared straight ankle, as they like to use it.
It worked.
It does. It does work. Yeah.
They got mad at me because we did our little
shit out of. No, I'm just
kidding. You grab a dog and you choke him.
I'm just kidding. These are all jokes.
It's funny because when you do your lifeguard training and they put you in them situations, they throw like the little volleyball in there. It's like, it's a person, get them. Yeah. And they would get so mad at me because I would like put my little harness buoy in and grab the ball. I'm like, I'm not getting wet. Like, I'm not doing this. I'm not wasting an opportunity to stay dry for this dumb drill. Because you got to get out and take your shoes and all. You got to wring everything out, and then you sit in your chair all wet. I'm like, no. If it's a real person, yes, I will go down there and I will get them. I have passed all these tests. I can swim down here and get the brick. I don't have to jump in here and practice.
Yeah,
I don't have to do that.
I will say I was one of those lifeguards that I was only doing the pool. I was not. I remember my mom asked me if I wanted to be a lifeguard on the beach, and I was like, yeah, that's not for me.
Oh, no.
That is not my ministry at all. So I think all the high schoolers, early college, people that did that took that job on, because that is not for me.
Man, my anxiety, the way them waves in
Yeah,
Chicago be
that's a
hitting
no.
sometimes,
Yeah,
nah, I'm like, nah, like you gotta be a strong, like I'm confident, like
yeah.
when I go swim in the ocean, like on vacation stuff, I go out pretty far, but those are like,
Not
oh,
me.
this is nice and calm. It's
Yeah.
not like them Lake Michigan, just like you gonna get pushed up against the rocks. Like,
You talking
no.
about getting your ass beat. Them waves. you
Whoosh.
Them waves do not care what you did to your hair or
Man,
beard. They will destroy every angle follicle. Okay.
them waves is like, oh, okay.
Yeah. I stopped. Yeah.
F
I
around and
stopped.
find out.
Yeah. I stopped doing all that serious swimming. I don't do serious swimming no more. So
And I'm not. It's not Baywatch. Like this is.
yeah.
This is no, I'm sorry. Like if I can't be, I could be a Sea-Doo lifeguard. Like I'll be the one on the Sea-Doo. But if I have to run on the beach and then jump in the water, you're gonna die. That's too much exertion for me. But if I'm got you.
Salute to all the lifeguards out here saving lives.
Tip our hats to those lifeguards.
This guy.
Oh man, Boogie, let's get into it. Let's get to this ad and we'll be right back.
Yes, sir.
Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm just over here polishing up my black watch. A lot of y'all know I'm an avid collector of watches. I got at least 9 of them things in my collection, and the one that I get the most compliments on has got to be my black watch. I gotta tell y'all, black watches, they have really put a lot of time and detail into their product. I gotta tell you, from the watch face all the way down to the band made of genuine leather. I know it's genuine, but I like seeing genuine. They really have outdone themselves. So fellas, ladies, if you're looking to upgrade your watch style, definitely check out the good folks over there at Black Watches. They black owned. You know you want to support a black owned watch company. And because, they rocking with the podcast, they, hooked you guys up with a promo code. That's right, a promo code. They'll give you 20% off of your order when you head over to blackwatches.com. That's right, blackwatches.com, BLAK watches.com, and make sure you use that promo code Late Night WNA. Come on, support the Black Watches. Now back to the podcast.
All right, for the first topic on news you can or can't use. Boogie, why does this keep on happening? People just keep getting catfished on Beyonce's internet, thinking that they are talking to celebrities. It is mind-blowing. There was a young lady who was on Dr. Phil who believed that she was engaged to Omarion. Her friend had to step in and tell her that it was a scammer, but she didn't believe her. So they're on Dr. Phil. Look, you got a clip for us?
Today on an all-new Dr. Phil.
I am a big fan of Omarion. I am in love with him.
Is she really engaged to superstar Omarion?
She told me last night he was on his way to see her.
But that wasn't him.
Dr. Phil, don't I know it?
His manager wants you to pay $3,000.
We can't see each other until the maybe payment is made.
No successful celebrity would be asking for money from a civilian.
But a scam artist would. A catfish would.
Let's do it.
Oh my God. This is what we're dealing with. Still. This is why Catfish is still on right now, the show.
Dr. Phil said, we are going out with a bang for these last couple of episodes. Yeah, you're right, man. Neve and the other dude, they just like, yes, let people keep getting catfish so we can keep getting this money. I want them to do a case study on what makes people think that you are really talking to these celebrities. This is like the danger of social media, because anyone can get a blue check now. They can make you think that you are literally talking to a celebrity. It's kind of like, what in your mind would make you think that you're talking to this celebrity?
Yeah.
I just really want to know, like, ma'am, like, but not to say that it could never ever happen, but it's never ever gonna happen.
Yeah, you know what it is? It's kind of scary though that people are still able
Extremely.
or still feel like uh, that people are able to be manipulated via email, via online on the socials, just off of the fact of you talking to them and you sharing a bunch of generic quote unquote facts.
Yeah. These are like Wikipedia facts.
Yeah,
I'm sure they hit the rundown. They first thing in the scammer's handbook is like, get a good profile picture,
yeah,
So and it's probably one of them like what is it, Getty Images or whatever.
yeah,
So you think they're on the red carpet, like this is
right.
definitely Omarion. And as I watched some of this, it was like, well, we tried to FaceTime, but there was always a connection issue. Why? Literally every time someone gets catfished, it's a connection issue. I want to see it's a connect. We can only talk on the phone. So I'm like, red flag number one. Red flag number two is if you're truly a fan, you should know how these people talk. And I understand like there's AI and all these things you can manipulate, but you gotta why is there no like nothing ticking in your mind like this is not this, you don't sound like this. Like, come on. And then it goes further because they asked for $3,000.
A lot of people that allow themselves to be catfished, they want to I think this is what it is. They want to be in that fantasy. They want to believe it so that they can uh live whatever that life they have dreamt about in their head, in real life, in real life. And it's that's what people got to go to sometimes. That's why we have metaverse now, where people
Man,
are can make up a life 10 times, the
yeah.
dream and fantasy they want and don't want. That's what it is. That's what it's all for. And y'all wasting y'all money getting catfish. I feel sorry for you initially. Uh, but then I'm like, whatever happens, happens.
I kind of man. So I feel I agree with you because it's a big level of delusion. I feel bad for the people who get catfish where you're preying on handicapped people. I feel bad for
Oh,
those
yeah, disabled. Yeah.
disabled people. But if you're functioning, you're sane out here, I'm just like, man, well, nah. Because again, red flag. If I can't see you, okay.
Yeah.
I understand sometimes there legit are connection issues, but once we get to the point where you're like, hey, I need $3,000 to continue this, that right there is, bro, you're the celebrity, you're the millionaire. Why am I paying you? And I'm engaged to you. Why am I paying you?
Ah,
Like, that's where I'm like, ma'am, are you not connecting the dots? And also, not here to talk about this young lady, but we have seen
oh God.
the ladies that Omarion has dated. I'm not saying it can never happen, but it ain't never gonna happen. I'm just saying that we have to live in reality here. We just gotta live in reality. I'm not saying he would never like a lady like you, but let's live in reality, ma'am. Come on. Even her friend called, and we don't have, what's kind of crazy? She probably called her friend a hater. She probably was like, girl, you hating on me. You don't think Omarion would ever love me? She probably was telling her girl, you a hater. So her girl was like, you know what? Let's just go Dr. Phil. Let's go Dr. Phil.
Mm.
Let's go Dr. Phil.
I just, yeah, I wish better, and I hope that she can get past this. Tell you the truth, because
I just want
she was
people,
confident. She was
man,
confident.
man. I just want people to just wake up. Just wake up and live in reality.
That's it.
Did you see his apology?
Yeah, I saw bits and pieces of it.
Funniest apology ever. the piano spin with the Soldier Boy glasses. It's like, sir, can you just give a regular apology? The little do-do-do-do. Like, you did not have to touch them keys at all. But even he had to go. You could kind of hear in his voice where it was like he kind of wanted to chuckle a little bit himself. Like, yeah, $3,000. Do you think he should have gave her the money back? Because it was a nice apology. But when stuff like this happens to people, do you think like the celebrity should be like, I feel bad for you? Do you think it should be like, here's your money back?
No. No. I wouldn't
Emphatic no.
even I wouldn't tell you the truth. I wouldn't have even responded with a retort, apology, a comment, or nothing, because you're giving validity to this clearly insane idea that you are engaged with someone that you ain't never seen in person, never seen on camera, but just been talking and passing pictures.
You're making some very valid points here, Boogie.
Just saying.
I wouldn't have given her the money back, but I would have gave her some tickets and some backstage passes. So I would have did that. I don't know, because if she's at this level of delusion, though, giving her passes might really make her think that we go together.
Yeah, so add on to this damn story. No thanks.
So you're right.
Pass. You doing too much.
You are absolutely right. Yeah, no, stop getting catfish, y'all. Just stop. Stop it. Go to verified sites for love. Okay.
Yeah.
I wonder where he found her at. Someone needs to do like one of those exposés like they do on the National Geographic or something about these scammers. Like, I really want to see like the inside track of like how they pick their marks. Like, do you go to people's pages like this and say, oh, you a B2K fan? Oh, Omarion is your guy. I'm about to get you with Omar. I just want to know how they set this up. I'm really intrigued.
That's probably exactly what they did. They don't want to show us
too much.
Yeah, you saw the magician with the black mask. Magician reveals magic tricks. Yeah, ain't nobody doing that.
You know, like when they had them scammers that be on there and they be like, yeah, so this is how we be scamming, but I can't show you everything because I'm about to kill you. You know, like them type of dudes.
Ain't nobody doing
well, do better, man. At least he apologized. You know, he's better than Boogie, because she would have been like, tough luck.
I'd have been like, what we doing today? Because this ain't part of my plans.
I'm on tour in New York City, so if you want to come see me. Anyways, let's get to this next ad and we'll be right back.
Hey y'all, we're going to take a quick pause from this episode to tell you about our next sponsor, Rose Vogue Styling. Let Rose Vogue Styling help you change the way you see yourself. Their mission is to empower you to build your confidence and look fly while doing it. They offer personal styling, shopping, and closet auditing. They need to come to my closet because it's a hot ass mess, okay? They also have an online boutique store full of pieces that will give your outfit life and have you looking right. Pieces like earrings, that's what I have on now, right here, necklaces, purses, rings, just to name a few, okay? Right now, our subscribers, our listeners, our watchers, you can get 20% off when you use the code LATE NIGHT, okay? LATENITE. Going over to their IG, it's Rose Vogue Styling, at Rose Vogue Styling. Easy, everybody knows that, okay? Let Rose Vogue Styling style you for your next event, or simply just help you enhance the pieces that you already have in your closet. Wow. Style is a choice. Upgrade yours with Rose Vogue Styling. Again, you can get 20% off if you use our code LATE NIGHT, okay? LATENITE. Support a black business, okay? Support us. When you support them, you're supporting us, okay? Now let's get back to the show.
Topic number 2. Man, oh man.
What a doozy this one is.
Oh, it's crazy. Michael B. Jordan has Michael B. Jordan is got all of the people who were bullied we are in the streets celebrating, and he's got all the bullies out here fearful that people are going to spin the block on them. It's quite crazy at the red carpet event for Creed, for the premiere of Creed 3. Michael B. Jordan happened to see, someone who was on the red carpet that roasted him a little bit, when he was in high school. Is there a clip, Boogies?
No, there's not a clip.
Okay, I didn't know if we had one or not, but I'm sure most of you have seen this. And excuse me, L'Oreal was getting ready to interview him, and I was like, yeah, that corny kid, right? She was like, whoa. I didn't say that. Misquoted. We went to high school together, Chad Science over in Newark. And the story kind of was spinning in the beginning as, Michael B. Jordan being like, yeah, this is a great feel-good story. To now he's even cornier for saying something to her about this. So, Boogie, I'm sure you've seen the video. How do you feel about Michael B. Jordan spinning the block?
You guys are corny that we're even talking about this even more. I feel like
Okay.
this was it just by his body language. If you watch the video,
Yeah.
he wanted to smoke, but he was gonna do it. He was gonna do it professionally, just
This is
by
very
his
true.
just by his body language. And I have to add, he not only starred in Creed 3, but he directed Creed 3. So
I got a producer
he
credit
was
too.
and a producer credit. So he was in his bag. Okay, he was confident in a mofo, and he knew exactly how he was how he was gonna act. He did nothing wrong. He said what he said. Oh yeah, that corny kid. I saw L'Oreal's response
Still a lot
on
of backpedaling.
TMZ, and she was like, no, I never called him corny. We made fun of each other. And I also heard the clip of
Mhm.
the young lady that called him corny, but that still doesn't negate you bullying him or talking shit, talking trash back and forth to you guys in grade school for that 1 year, L'Oreal. It was something that he felt that you said or he heard that this definitely triggered
Oh
something
yeah.
in him. This definitely triggered something in him. And again,
Yep.
don't backpedal as a bully, because you're a bully.
She was moonwalking.
She was.
It was the back pedal of all back pedals.
You can definitely sniff out a bully.
Yeah.
From the victim. You can definitely sniff that out real quick. And I will remind people, if you don't know, she actually has, not to say that she's a bad person or anything, because
Right.
bullying happens.
Yeah.
Teasing is a
Unfortunately.
part of growing up. Like that just happens.
It is.
Especially when you're unaware or ignorant to certain things, your first reaction is to make fun of it.
Yeah, exactly.
But I will say, she had, I don't know if she still has, but she had a podcast called The Bully and the Beast.
Yeah, I've heard. I'm not sure if that's still going on or not.
I
But
don't know if
I
it's
did
still
hear
going
that.
on, but she has. She
She's
called
got a history.
herself the
She's
Bully
got a history.
and the Beast. What makes you think, as a sane person in my head, if you're calling yourself the bully, self-proclaimed bully, that gives me fodder to believe that you were pretty much bullying
You were
him.
the bully.
Yeah.
What he's saying is factual. I agree with you here. All the people who are saying, okay, so there are levels to being corny.
Yes.
There are levels to corniness. Okay, And just because you're corny, that does not mean that is a bad thing. Okay, let's just set that. It doesn't mean that does not mean it's bad.
Yes.
Now again, there's levels of corny that you want to deal with. I'm not gonna say that I've been called corny myself, and sometimes like, damn, that kind of hurt. But I know that there's levels to my corny. I'm not like that corny where it's like he's not the corny where we don't want to hang around him corny.
Yeah.
He's just corny on certain other levels. So let's separate that. From all things going, Michael B. Jordan, yeah, we've seen where he has been corny in his adult life. And again, there is nothing wrong with like Russell Wilson. We have seen when he has been corny in his adult life. Again, there is nothing wrong with being that corny person in your adult life. Now, when we go back to our childhoods, let's be real. Most of us were corny in our childhood.
Yeah.
Even the people who were quote unquote cool,
Yeah.
you were corny too. Like, just call it what it is. We know she bullied him because he remembered it. You don't remember stuff like that
That's it.
unless it
That's
really
it.
happened.
That's
And
it.
you don't carry it with you because he's what, like 34, 35. You don't carry that with you for this long unless you really did something to someone.
Sorry.
Like, come on.
There's always gonna be somebody that will diminish your feelings or minimize your feelings, and you cannot do that. If it was clear, he was like, yeah, I'm going to say something. Something will be said.
And all these people who are like, oh, you never should have did that, you embarrassed and blah blah blah, y'all never have been bullied. Y'all never have been bullied, and y'all are saying this because you're afraid, because now people are getting backbones. You are afraid that these people that you mess with are going to spin the block on you.
Yep.
It's happening all the time. I told you like last week, some incident from college. Someone spin the block, want to send a friend request to me. And it's like, hey, you gonna sit there. You don't get to treat people, you don't get to disrespect people and then think that they don't deserve a right to check you on it, no matter how long ago it was.
Exactly.
It doesn't matter. And the part that that's kind of infuriating is people's like, oh man, you corny. We've always loved when the small kid grows up to beat they bully's ass. We've always loved those stories. So why do we not like it right now when Michael B. Jordan is doing it? And he was very respectful because let's be real.
And he answered her question afterwards. Oh, you talking about the corny guy? Yeah. And
let's be real. Let's be real here, Boogie. You and I both know a lot of people would have embarrassed her. If this was me, and you know how petty I am. I got a list of people that I am waiting to spin the block on. And if that moment ever arises, it's gonna be top tier embarrassment. Is what's gonna happen. It's gonna be not to the point where I'll lose any of my bags, but it'll be just a little bit further than Michael B. Jordan. Because his body language was saying, I'm angry. I'm not gonna let you know I'm angry. It's gonna be like, whoa, Nate, where did this come from? It's just gonna be the smoothest cut you down.
Your boy was angry. Your boy was furious.
His body language, man.
Yeah, his body language was. I will say, I've called somebody corny, and I immediately regretted it because I saw his face, and I did it at a show, and I called it because I thought an audience member was calling him corny. I was like, yeah, he is corny. And the audience member was like, no, I didn't.
It's not what I said.
And I was like, oh, damn.
My bad, G.
Oh, my bad. Oh, and I felt so bad because, like, I'm mean, but I'm not like that mean.
Yeah, you're not mean spirited like that.
Yeah, I'm not that mean, yo. I felt so bad. Oh my God, I felt so bad. But he's still cool, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry again because I can admit my faults. You know what I'm saying?
You apologize every time you see him.
No, not every time, but we're still cool. But I know in the back of his head, he like, I ain't never working with this chick. I wish I would.
Corny does hit different in your adult age because you're like, wait, I got accolades, I got a job, I got things that wouldn't make a normal person corny. You know what's also crazy is, do you remember on Maury when they used to do those bully shows and it was like,
Oh
I
yeah.
used to get bullied, I was ugly, and look at me, I'm fine now.
Yep.
And we love those
Yeah.
shows.
Yeah.
Now we're just like, oh, you can't say nothing until you're bullied. You can't do that. And like I said, what was even crazier is she didn't apologize.
Yeah.
And I get that I want people to separate the two, because yes, like what you brought up, there is the podcast where on the podcast, no, she did not call him, her friend called him corny on the podcast.
Right. And she
But
she just said, hey, I just, what was crazy was I went to school with him for about a year.
and we did mess with it. And you know what's crazy in that is you could have apologized, but at the end of it, well, you ain't corny now. So you did think he was corny then, because you're saying it like you ain't corny now. And this is like that back then they didn't want me, now I'm hot. They are, you're not corny now type of bull crap.
Yep.
And go into, so I was like, let's just kind of process this real quick, because it's like, well, we're in Newark and he was carrying headshots with him. The only reason why you could say he was corny is if he's like, hey, I'm Michael B. Jordan, here's a 9x10 glossy. If he was passing out glossies in his freshman year or whatever, and he was signing them or whatever, that's corny. That's corny. But
my man was trying to work. He knew what he wanted to do. He trying to get into his hustle. He trying to get into his bag. Shout out to him for doing that. I will say, I will say, when we were younger, you have to remember, when you were younger, you thought, as kids, you think other things is not cool, and this is cool and that's not cool. Yeah, there were times where I can say there were times where I wasn't the bully, but I was definitely adjacent to the bully, and I was like, hey,
it's kind of funny.
But it funny. Yeah. I saw the victim. I was like, I ain't making fun of you, but that was
I ain't
funny.
getting in it.
Right.
Yeah, we've all been there when the roasting was going on, but yeah, you never were the person who engaged in setting it off. So I agree with that. But he was, like you said, he was auditioning for TV shows. And let's go back here. Yeah. Let's go back here.
Yeah.
If we're going back by the timeline of him having glossies in high school, he would have been on The Wire. So y'all are clowning. Y'all are clowning Wallace. Y'all are clowning the dude who just got off a Hardball. He did a couple other movies. So he already had some movies under his belt, and he was on an HBO. So y'all was clowning a dude who was on HBO. And I get that kids.
Out yet. It probably wasn't out yet. So he was.
Well, yeah, okay.
He was sitting on it. He was sitting on it. That's what he was doing. He was sitting.
Like, boy, when this comes out, I'm not gonna be the corny kid anymore.
Right.
It's just crazy though. She could have apologized, just been like, yeah,
and that was it.
I called, yeah, we roasted you, yeah, we were mean, it was unfortunate, but you didn't do that. So now you got to sit in it. But this notion that people that are coming to her defense, it's like, man, why do y'all come to the boys' defense? And I get why Joe Budden would be like, yeah, this was corny coming out the black woman like that. Respect black women. First of all, bro, you are the last person to talk about respecting women at all with your track record. Yeah. Shut up. I understand that you're going to ride hard for your friend, but your friend is wrong. Your friend is wrong here.
Wrong and wrong.
And to sit up here and then y'all want to throw this man's dating history and talk about white, stay on topic. We're not talking about who he's dating right now. We're talking about you bullying him. I hate when people don't want to be accountable and you want to bring other little tidbits in and try to make your point more sweet. I ain't talking about the Beckys. We're talking about y'all bullying this man.
All right.
Just chill out.
How you really feel. Tell me how you really feel.
You can tell I got that Michael Jordan syndrome.
Yeah,
Michael B. Jordan has it too.
Clearly, I saw. Speaking of Michael Jordan, I saw a clip of Charles Barkley talking about how when he knew Michael Jordan was really crazy.
I feel like they all have a when I knew Michael Jordan was crazy story.
He was like, "Oh, okay. This man is crazy. Okay. He remembers everything."
Literally, Michael Jordan probably remembers a kid that pushed him on the playground.
Boy, he said, I'm gonna guard him because I remember what he said in the newspaper.
And I never forgot. That's gonna be on Michael Jordan's tombstone. He gonna get to heaven and be like, he gonna hold a grudge with God in heaven. God, why you didn't let me make that team in high school?
Right.
I had to torch them all. Like,
Oh,
it's
God.
crazy, man. Mike was just out here lying on people. But you know what? If I'm Michael B. Jordan, I would have tagged L'Oreal in me getting my star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. I
Nah,
would have tagged. I would have tagged her and been
petty.
like, the corny kid, huh?
Nah, I would have, I would have did. I liked how he did it. I would have been a little bit more calmer with his face.
Yeah.
Because boy,
Ooh,
he was like
it's kind of shaking a little bit.
waiting for her to ask the question.
Jonathan Majors had to come over, like, yeah, calm down, bro. Like, he just put his arm around him, like, it's okay.
Real quick. Yeah, I definitely saw the heat, but I would have did the exact same thing. I would have just fixed my facial expressions and went about my day. Because guess what? Now you're in the news because of moi.
After she would have been like, we are live on the red carpet with the actor and director of Creed 3. I'd have been like, yeah, that corny kid. We're not going to talk about Creed 3. Let's talk about you in high school. That would have been, and she would have been so flabbergasted. Let's talk about you bullying me in high school. Every question, like how Marshawn Lynch was like, I'm just here so I don't. Let's talk about you bullying me in high school. Let's talk about you bullying me in high school. All right, I'm gonna see you inside. Like, that's all that would have been. Like, I would have just made sure that you would have just been, hold this L, hold it for a minute, And again, I don't want people to think, because people are like, you're bagging on her. She's had a history of doing this, even on Love and Hip Hop. She has been a mean girl. So, I mean, it is what it is, Again,
ain't nobody wishing her to
I wish no
harm or anything. Just understand, this is a moment in time. This is your moment. You messed up. You didn't want to admit to it. Keep it moving.
And that's all she had to do. If she would have admitted to it and been like, I think if she would have said, I'm sorry, I think his body that would have calmed it down right there.
Not a lot of people can admit to their own faults.
Especially when the camera's in front of you, in front of the entire world.
Right. She was like, no.
Misquoted. I need some other kids from his high school. Like, you did do it. You did it to me too.
You sure did.
Oh man, that would be hilarious. Just spin the block on your bullies, especially if you're bigger than your bully. Because all these people who call Michael B. Jordan corny and everything, can you kick Michael B. Jordan's ass? Okay. Can you whoop his ass? That is the one thing I like to tell people. You talk a lot of shit. You talk a lot of stuff. Like, y'all be running y'all mouths, but can you run up on these people and actually whoop them? I don't think you can.
Can't back it up.
So just cut it out. Just cut it out. Boogie.
Yes, sir.
You know what time it is.
Y'all niggas tripping.
N-words have been tripping. Who you got this week for y'all niggas is tripping?
My niggas been tripping. Y'all niggas is tripping. It goes to McDonald's Corporation as a whole.
The Golden Arches.
Yeah, the Golden Arches. Multiple McDonald's franchises refuse to promote the Cardi B and Offset meal because they claim the couple's music doesn't align with the company's family-friendly values. And for those that are listening, there is an image of Cardi and Offset, as well as a comment that she posted. Still one of the collabs that brought them the most revenues. Go get you a McWrap. LMAO.
A McWop.
A McWop. Sorry, my bad. A McWop.
It would be funny if people actually, can I get the McWop? My bad.
But it is. Offset. Anyway. And I understand it's not McDonald's entirely. It's the McDonald's franchises, because you can franchise McDonald's. Y'all are wilding out right now. I was like, you don't believe in the family-friendly values? And it had me pull up the other celebrity meal collaborations. And I was like, say word. Okay. So for those that don't know, Saweetie, as you
Saweetie.
like you like to call it, Saweetie, had a collaboration with McDonald's, and she got a, she's cool.
Yeah.
I can see y'all with that. Then I went down to J Balvin. J Balvin?
Oh,
J
yeah.
Balvin? You mean the same J Balvin that we had a nice little discussion about him having black women on leashes? J Balvin?
Yeah.
That J
Yeah.
Balvin?
That J Balvin.
Oh, Travis Scott, we said.
Oh, yep.
Travis
Yeah.
Scott, where he is still under wraps about the wonderful concert that he had.
Not so wonderful.
Yeah, it's sarcastic, but being facetious. Travis Scott, that he can't even talk about right now because he's in so much litigation right now. That Travis Scott, you talking about that?
And he's got a new case.
Oh yeah, I did see the new case. I did see the video. That's what we're talking about. We're talking about that one. Okay,
man.
BTS. All right, I get it. BTS.
That's
the K-pop.
That's the Korean group. Okay,
yeah, that's the K-pop group. Okay, I can see that.
That's a good song, actually.
But don't act like Offset and Cardi B ain't out here getting to the bag. The fact that Offset and Cardi B still eats at McDonald's should be a pleasure for you guys. McDonald's franchises. Are you serious right now? The fact that they agreed to get this bag and promote y'all should be a pleasure, a freaking pleasure. Don't talk about family values. Don't talk about family values. They doing this as a family, getting to a bag, but they not a part of family values. Oh, y'all niggas is tripping. But especially because not to mention, and I forgot to mention, McDonald's in general ain't family friendly to the body. So to the body, it's not family friendly to the body.
It's also
Don't play.
Not family friendly to your pocketbooks either. They charge, you know what? 'Cause it's expensive. You know, they only put a half a piece of cheese on the Filet-O-Fish. They cheating you. They only put one piece of cheese on the Big Mac. They cheating you there. They have the McDouble, which only gives you one piece of cheese, and then the double cheeseburger. I gotta pay extra for the cheese. They just not. There's no family values anywhere there.
Stop it. Just stop it.
Question, because I already know the answer to this. Were these franchises, did they happen to be in the South and red states, perhaps?
I did not see exactly. It doesn't specify which exactly.
I did a little deep dive, and a majority of these franchises are in red states, and they are in the Bible Belt. And I have one thing to say to those people:
man, sit your dumb ass down.
It's just like y'all are making money, man. Shut up. And Cardi B has a point. Like,
yeah, she does.
What is wrong with y'all, man? When is it that I just want corporations to go back to just making money and not caring about the family values? Just go back to doing that. Because I guarantee if there's a Lady Gaga collab, a Billy Eilish, whatever her name is, you know, I guarantee y'all are going to go there and you're not going to say anything about the family values there because they're white. If there is a T-Swift collab that comes out, which I think T-Swift, she'd probably be more of like a Chick-fil-A collab or something. But if there ever was a T-Swift collab, I bet y'all Swifties would pack it out. So shut up. Y'all only do this when it's black and brown artists. Be quiet.
Yeah, that's my young niggas is tripping. Who you got?
My young niggas tripping is going to Draymond Green and Boogie. Excuse me. Smoker's cough. You know, this pains me because, you know, I love me some Draymond Green. You know, he's a winner. He's from my hometown. And everybody from my hometown, for the most part, we are winners. So, you know, I love when Draymond puts on for the city, but, you know, we got to hold each other accountable. Okay. Draymond feels like we should get rid of Black History Month. So let's go to the clip. Let's go to the clip.
But Black History Month, at some point, can we get rid of it? Like, at some point? Why we gotta keep getting the shortest month to celebrate our history? We got governors who want to take our history out of schools. And I'm not going to be the fool to go say, yeah, we can celebrate it for 28 days. So at some point, I'd like to get rid of it. It's, you know, we're making all these changes in the world. Can't talk about these people, can't talk about those people, can't say this, can't say that. At some point, it's time to get rid of Black history. I get rid of Black history, like they're trying to do. But Black History Month, teach my history from January 1st to December 31st, and then do it again, and then again, and then again, and then again. That's what I like to see.
So I hope you guys could all hear that. Hear the audio of what Mr. Green said there. Draymond, you can't say stuff like this because the ops, those folks on the other side, those Fox News bandits, they're going to take this and chop it up and be like, see, Draymond Green said we should get rid of Black History Month. See, we got a black millionaire over here who thinks we should get rid of Black History Month. They're going to take that and dice it up, and you are going to be the poster child of we got to get rid of Black History Month. Yes, I agree. It should be taught 365. We all agree with that. No one is not saying that at all. But you know, I did a little bit of research here as to, because everyone says that, everyone likes to say, why do we always get the shortest month? Why do we always get the shortest month? There is a reason why Black History Month is in February. Carter G. Woodson is the creator of Black History Week. I'm sure a lot of people did not know that there was Black History Week. Some people probably thought it was just a month. Carter G. Woodson, excuse me, he's a journalist and the founder of the Association of the Study of African American Life and History, ASALH. He was one of the first scholars to study history of the African diaspora, including African American history. He felt like we were not getting a fair shake in the history books, which we aren't. So he decided to comprise a group of Black historians, Black scholars, to put us in the books, to put us in the history books. He came up with Black History Week, which trying to find my paperwork here, which excuse me, was started in 1915 is when Black History Week was created. In 1969, they had some students that were at Kent State that took on Black History Month. They were the ones who were going through like, yes, we need to have Black History Month. And then it came out in the 70s, excuse me, is when they flipped it on the books. And now we have, you know, Black History Month. So there is a reason why, you know, Black History Month is in February. It's also Black History Week was to align with the birthdays of Abraham Lincoln. You know, he freed the slaves. And what's my man's name? I forget his name. Old dude with the not MLK. Old dude with the hair. Black dude.
Frederick Douglass.
Frederick Douglass. Yeah, it was to combine amongst their birth dates. So that's why it was Black History Week. And then in the 70s, we got a whole month. So that's why it's in February, bro. I know I kind of gave y'all a couple tidbits with the facts. I was trying to, you know, not lose my place, but you can go look up the history of Black History Week and Black History Month. So no, Draymond, we should not get rid of these things because that further proves their point and pushes their agenda to already, you know, take books out of schools and further push this whole, we shouldn't have CRT things. Yes, you should teach it 365, but it starts in your household. We as Black people have to continue to teach our children. We talked about this a couple weeks ago. It has to be with us because they're not going to teach us. And by you saying take it out, they're just gonna say, yeah, let's keep taking it out. So that's my y'all niggas is tripping. Draymond Green. Hate to do it. You know, hopefully I learned y'all a little something there, you know, Carter G. Woodson and all this cool stuff here. But you know, like I said, that is my y'all niggas tripping. Boogie, let's get to this final ad.
Yes.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? A lot of y'all hit me up like, Nate, you super chill. You super laid back all the time. Brother, you gotta be on something. Well, y'all are right. I'm off them chummies edibles, and y'all know me. Y'all know I'm a smoker. I don't really mess with the eddies like that, because let's be real, a lot of them are hit or miss. There's either no juice or you're feeling like a zombie. The good folks over there at Chummies, well, they out here trying to change the edible game. And I gotta tell you, they got some phenomenal products. They sent me over some of their traditional edibles, and man, them things are hitting. But they don't only got edibles. They got juice. They got your gummies. They got your chocolate bars. Whatever you like, they got it. Y'all, do me a favor. Go over to their Instagram page. It's Chummies_edibles. And get yourself some good stuff. And when you're out there, filling up your cart, make sure you use that promo code 21Chummy. That's right. They rocking with the podcast, and because they rocking with us, they rocking with y'all. So they're going to take care of y'all by giving y'all 10% off of your first order. So again, use that promo code 21Chummy to get 10% off your edibles. All right, y'all, let's get back to the podcast.
It's the final topic. It's the final topic.
And then on the balls, it's a new study that reveals drinking Coke and Pepsi leads to larger testicles and more testosterone. First off, I gotta feel like there's better studies that we could be doing out here. Cancer has
Man.
not been cured yet, you know.
Like, what in the? Why are we having like what? Ugh.
Who needed this information? Like,
Yeah.
I just it says the Northwest Men's University in China was attempting to determine the impact of carbonated beverages on fertility and sex organs in men.
Okay.
Again, why? Like, who's paying for the research of this? It says a study looked at 3 groups of mice, one that only drank water, one that drank different levels of Coca-Cola, and another doing the same with Pepsi for over 15 days. Tests on the rodents included weighing their testicles and drawing blood. They were tested on day 1 as well as day 5, 7, 10, and 15. It was quickly discovered that mice drinking Coke and 100% Pepsi compared to a mixture of Pepsi and water had significant change. For instance, the mice were giving pure Coca-Cola, had higher levels of the male hormone compared to the group that only drank water. The study concluded drinking Coca-Cola and Pepsi-Cola could promote testy development and enhance testosterone secretion. Our findings provide the scientific basis for fully understanding carbonated beverages affect their mechanism on development and reproduction functions on humans and how they benefit the prevention of prostate dysfunction and cancer. So, I guess all those studies about drinking pop lowering your sperm count were wrong. But this is also one of those studies, again, that it was a waste of money. Cancer, up there. How we can stop global warming, up there. But this one, yeah.
I know one thing. All this animal testing that we do, I know these animals, when they get a chance,
Oh, they killing us.
they are going to destroy us.
In about 25 years, you're going to see a bunch of rats with big balls coming down the street.
Yo, I am, you know what? I'm not surprised that once again, we have another study where we do not need to know about male body parts whatsoever. I'm tired of doing studies on men. That's number one. That's number one. Number two, like, you worrying about fertility. Fertility should just be focused on women. But also, why are we still animal testing in general, because
Yeah.
clearly nobody wants to do this as a human being.
Well, you
Nobody
can't
wants.
test on real. No real man's gonna be like, hey, drink all this pop and let's see if your balls get bigger. No real man's gonna do that.
Point taken. But there are real men that drink Coca-Cola every day or Pepsi every day. Like that's why they have these. That's why they have these studies where they ask, "Hey, if you're a male or a female within blah blah blah, and you're interested in being in part of a study, let us know."
You ever done that?
Yeah, no, no. But what I was gonna say was, animals don't get the choice.
They really don't. They get the short end of the stick.
Animals out here, just because they cannot speak the same language as we do, animals are forced to do work. Why are we out here really giving labor? We need labor laws for animals, like for real though.
But isn't this where PETA should step in? And PETA, do your job. They be getting people wearing fur coats, so you should be stopping mice tests. You should be stopping this.
Right, that's where they really should be throwing paint at. Throw paint at all these tests, but
The
you know
scientists.
but that's not gonna work. That's not gonna happen because PETA still need these scientists to be like to test for all the crap that we use now.
Right.
Like as much as I'm out here crying, like most of the stuff that we use now have been tested on animals, and then we eventually decided we ain't gonna test them on animals no more because they are good to go. These products are good to go.
They just gotta, maybe not on the mice. Mice have been having a rough go. Let's this animal. Like, what about a duck? What about a cow? Let's maybe cows. But I'm just saying, it's some animals out here. If you gotta do some testing on, be like, okay, maybe it's because mice, maybe they're so prevalent, and it's just like it's so many mice because like when they reproduce, it's so many. Maybe that's why, like hamsters or something. I don't know. I'm not a scientist.
This whole balls study is really hilarious to me because sacks are already in general big and obnoxious to me. I just wouldn't want my sack any bigger than what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like that would be cumbersome and in the way. So it's like if you're right. I'm thinking about remember all the kids in high school that were drinking Mountain Dew every day. So they've probably transitioned to drinking Coke or something the same thing. So that would be a problem. And they need to also, how many Cokes is it? Because folks gonna be cutting down. Because what if you already got I'm rather large in the sack area, and I don't need any more. I don't need any more sack. What if you're a person that don't need any more sack? You know what I really want? I want somebody to dispel this idea that Diet Coke really is a significant difference or Diet Pepsi is a significant difference outside of the taste. That aspartame is what it is. Yeah, aspartame is gonna be aspartame, regardless of. They got to figure that out. That's what the scientists should be trying to do. They should figure out how to make Diet Coke taste better. That's what instead of putting ball science over here, why don't you make the drink taste better? Again, like I really want to see, because they got to write these proposals up and everything. Like when they took this to get this approved, like the head of this department, I really want. So this is what we're studying here. This is what you need funding for. Like, this is why but they fluffed it up. They made it sound good. It's a whole lot of fluff. Yeah, they fluffed it. They made it sound good. We're doing infertility studies on the male specimen, particularly in their testicular area within the realms of drinking Coke and or Pepsi. So why stop there? Why not do Mountain Dew? Why not do Sprite? Why stop there? Like, I mean, let's see. What if you're not a Coke or a Pepsi drinker? Well, let's figure this out. And remember that rumor of them back in the day? They was like, if you drink too much Mountain Dew, it makes your dick small. Yep. So they should do that study. Since we're already doing ball studies to see if it increases, let's see if Mountain Dew makes you smaller, makes your meat small. Like, this is just the bar for scientists has got to be they're like, I went to school to change the world, and this is what I'm doing. This is what we're doing, right? Oh God. Oh man, I hate to end on balls, but it's just how the ball bounces sometimes. Okay, I see what you did. All right. Oh God.
You got one? Trying to
No.
fit in the sack.
This guy. All right.
And on that note,
God.
shout out to the No Sleep crew. We appreciate you for checking in. Like, subscribe on all your podcast platforms. We are coming up on the 100th episode. I
Woohoo!
want to put out a request if we can. Can we get to 100 subscribers on all platforms, on YouTube, on Google, on Apple? We're on everything. Can we get to 100 subscribers before the 100th episode? Let's see if we can do that. SoundCloud, y'all holding us down.
Yeah.
You know, we've gotten some new subscribers on YouTube. We appreciate you. We're seeing some people comment and tell us they like us. Let's try to get to 100 subscribers on all platforms before the 100th episode.
Yeah,
got,
let's
Boogie?
keep it going. Let us know any feedback, what you like, what you dislike. Share it with us. You know, always, you know, as always, go ahead and smash that bell notification so you can get the drops as soon as they come out. And to tell a friend, you know,
Tell a
that this
friend
is
to
your
tell a
favorite pod.
friend to tell a friend. And again, shout out to the Glam Room. I see you over there, Dominique and Julius. Make sure you go like, subscribe to their podcast as
Absolutely.
well. I'm your boy Nate Galloway,
And I'm Adrian Brandyburg.
and this has been another dope episode